Hello, I'm Shilpa Mehta from Jaipur, an educator and freelance editor by profession and a storyteller by passion. I'm an avid reader, a music buff, and at times also love to dabble in painting. I'm really thankful to the jury and BTB for selecting my story and giving me an opportunity to share my story on this wonderful platform. Before I begin my story, I would request you to put your comments in the comment section below and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So, my story is The Silent Bond. Malhar was playing his sitar like he did every day in his balcony. Just then, he heard the humming of a beautiful voice. He kept playing, enjoying the high and low notes of the voice in the adjacent balcony, in perfect sync with sitar. Same sequence of events continued for the next few days. On the fifth day, he found a cup of tea on each side of the common boundary of their respective balconies. This ritual of morning tea together, with only separated by a wall in between, continued. Despite the new friendship, as he believed, they neither spoke nor met each other. After about 15 days, the voice stopped. Months passed. His fondness towards her kept growing, but there was no sign of her. Exactly a year later, she reappeared. His happiness knew no bounds. The same ritual of singing and having tea continued for 15 days. This bond of mutual tenderness strengthened. Now, his desire to meet his faceless friend, whose image he had conjured up in his heart through voice, kept on growing. During the third year of their friendship, one fine day, he mustered the courage and knocked at her door. He was greeted by a beautiful lady with a serene face and blue eyes. She let him in after he introduced himself. The room was beautifully done, like the lady herself. Time flew as they chatted away. She started enjoying his company, pouring her heart to him as she wanted someone to lend a patient ear to her suffering and joys. Malhar realized that the 15-day stay in Shimla, she collected herself to rise and to have a positive mindset. Amidst nature, she tried to give her mind a chance to explore by setting it free and enthusiastic. It helped her to be receptive for bringing a positive change in her life. All her dreams were sacrificed, her desires curbed, and she suffered in silence. She was just expected to spend her life for the family, carry forward the lineage, without any respect being conferred upon her. Her dedication, sacrifices, compromises were taken for granted. Malhar tried his best to encourage her to fight against the ordeal of pain and tolerance. She knew it would not be an easy task to stand for herself because her husband will always find a way to make her feel less about herself. She was tired of suffering in silence just to maintain peace in the house and carry the burden of making an adjustment so that others can live happily. The tacit code of conduct between them was in place, and Malhar knew that he had to respect that. So, it was just 15 happy days of meeting every year and no other contact later. It continued for a few years, after which it completely ceased. 4 years passed, but she never returned. When he could not take it longer at the end of the fourth year, he somehow managed to get her address from the neighbor. Mustering all the courage, he went to meet his friend. He reached there only to meet the man of the house. He introduced himself and told him how he had met his wife, taking care of not divulging the details of the friendly bond. It took him a moment to take in that she had left the world 3 years ago due to cancer. Her husband told him. Yes, every year she would go to her flat in Shimla to be around nature from the hustle and bustle of Delhi. Why don't you come and have coffee with me? My wife and I used to have coffee around this time. Malhar thought, coffee? But I think she always preferred to have tea. He asked hesitantly. I wonder if she ever recorded any of her songs in her voice. Do you have any recordings? Recordings? Husband was surprised. I gather she was not even a bathroom singer. Malhar looked at the garlanded photo of Arohi. He knew the suffocation broke her, shattered her. She was lost and too weak inside out. She ended up losing herself in trying to mend so much broken outside. He stood in front of the garlanded photo of Arohi. His heart was at once full of empathy and compassion. Slowly, he placed the bouquet in front of the table as an acknowledgement of his friendship, gave heartfelt condolences to the husband, and left before tears start flowing from his eyes. Sometimes you don't need to live together for years to know a person. Just a few beautiful moments spent together are enough. Thank you.